Hello students, I hope you are fine. So take care of your health. Don't go outside only when it is needed. Wear mask when you go outside, use sanitizer frequently. Don't go in crowded places and don't eat outside. And attend all your online classes regularly. So yesterday I could not share video with you due to some technical error. So today I will revise yesterday's portion only. So I have already given you the PDF yesterday, but again I have shared the same PDF today also. Now students, this is the third step, that is adding manure and fertilizers. Now students, whenever you watch video, please refer your books also. So open page number 7. So we have already discussed two steps. First step was preparation of soil, second was sowing, and the third step is adding manure and fertilizers. So we were discussing basic practices of crop production, different steps which are used for the production, or which is done by the farmer for the production of crops. So first was preparation of soil, sowing, and third is adding manure and fertilizers. Now students, the crop plant need a number of mineral elements for their growth, which they get from soil through their roots. Now, repeated growing of crops in the same field removes a lot of precious mineral elements, organic matter, and other materials from the soil. Due to this, the soil becomes infertile after some time and crop yield decrease. Understood? So, because if you will grow the crop at the same place again and again, what will happen? The crops will use the minerals or the elements, okay, from the soil. They will grow. Again, if you will plant the crop, or if you will grow the crop on the same field, again the minerals or again the important materials are used up by the plants. What will happen? Slowly there will be deficiency of minerals in the soil, and this can affect the growth of the plants. I hope it is clear to you, or the soil will become infertile. So unless the depleted plant nutrients, okay, are put back into the soil from time to time, the growth of crop would be poor, because again and again growing the crops on the same field, what will happen? The nutrients or the minerals will decrease and soil will become infertile. So the deficiency of plant nutrients and organic matter in the soil is made up by adding manure and fertilizers. So now the soil becomes infertile. So now how to make it fertile again? So that can be done by adding manure and fertilizer, which contain these important nutrients which is needed for the growth of the plant. I hope it's clear to everyone. Manure. What is the manure? Manure is a natural fertilizer. Okay. Manure is a natural fertilizer which is obtained by decomposition of animal waste like cow dung, human waste, plant waste, which provide essential nutrients to the soil and make it fertile. It is prepared by the action of microorganisms. Manure is not nutrient specific. Now students, what does it mean? It is a natural substance. Natural it is made. Now whatever vegetable peels or whatever plant waste or human waste, okay, it is made from these things, and all these things, they decompose by the action of microorganisms, and it results in the formation of manure. Now what these farmers sometimes they do in the fields, they make a pit, okay, or if anyone has garden, there also can make pit, okay, and can keep on storing all these things there, plant waste, all these things, and can cover with some cover or some lid, After some time, what you will see that all these things, all these waste, it changes to manure. And how it changes? Because microorganisms are there, and microorganisms act on it, and these substances, these waste, decompose to form manure. Decompose means they are broken down by the action of microorganisms, and microorganisms are very, very tiny. They are microscopic, so we cannot see them, but they are there. I hope it is clear to everyone nicely. Now students, this manure, it is rich in humus, but it is not rich in plant nutrients. The manure, it doesn't have high amount or is not rich in nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, but contains high amount of humus. Okay, so the manure provides lot of organic matter like humus to the soil, and this humus improves the physical and the chemical properties of the soil. Okay, but it does not contain plant nutrients. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now, chemical fertilizers. What do you understand by chemical fertilizers? Manures are not able to supply the required quantities of essential plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, but they are to be supplemented with chemical fertilizers. So chemical fertilizer is a salt of an organic compound containing necessary plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium to make the soil fertile. I hope it is clear. Manure doesn't supply all these important nutrients like NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, but these, in order to add these materials, chemical fertilizer has to be added, or chemical fertilizer is added. Why? Because chemical fertilizer is rich in these nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So that is why the chemical fertilizer is used in the fields. Okay, now chemical fertilizer is rich in a particular plant nutrient, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. This is just now I told you. Some examples of fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash and NPK. Okay, so these are the name of fertilizers. The chemical fertilizers are nutrient specific. Yes, because they contain nutrients like nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus, which is needed by the plants, but they are not, chemical fertilizer doesn't contain humus. Understood? Chemical fertilizers, they are soluble in water. They are mixed. They can easily mix in water. So if they are highly soluble in water, so when chemical fertilizer is added, so the chemical fertilizer, they are readily absorbed by the plants. Chemical fertilizers are made in the factories. Okay. Now students, the excessive use of fertilizers is harmful. Why? The excessive use of fertilizers is harmful due to its chemical nature. It makes soil less fertile, and also it can make soil highly acidic and alkaline. Plants grow in some average optimum pH. If the soil is too acidic, plants die. If the soil is too alkaline, plants will die. Now what is acidic and what is alkaline, that you will study in class 9. Excessive use of fertilizer also causes water pollution in ponds, lakes and rivers. Now students, on page 9 there is one activity. Just refer that activity. It's figure 12. Now in these activities, 3 pots are taken. I will read the activity first and then I will explain you. Take 3 empty flower pots and mark them A, B, C. Put some ordinary soil in pot A, add some soil mixed with little cow dung manure in pot B, and take some soil mixed with little urea fertilizer in pot C. Pour some amount of water in all the 3 flower pots. Now take some moong or gram seeds and germinate them. Select equal sized seedlings of moong and gram. Plant these seedlings in each of the 3 flower pots. Keep the flower pot in the sunny place and water them daily. Observe the growth of the seedlings in the 3 flower pots after 7 days. You will find that the seedlings placed in ordinary soil in pot A shows minimum growth. Seedling placed in soil containing manure in pot B shows better growth, but the seedling planted in soil containing fertilizer in pot C shows maximum growth as well as fastest growth. From this activity, we conclude that manure and fertilizers help the plant to grow better and faster. So I hope you have understood. So these are the 3 flower pots. In one flower pot only soil is taken, in another soil is mixed with cow dung, which is a manure here. Okay. In another one soil is taken which is mixed with, it is mixed with what? Manure, cow dung manure. And in the third, soil is taken which is mixed with a chemical of fertilizer. Water is added to make the soil wet, and then moong seeds are germinated. Now when the moong seeds will germinate, what you will observe? You will observe small plants called as seedlings. You observe them, and after some days you will note that the seedlings of plant of pot B shows growth. Seedlings of plant C also shows growth. Seedling of pot A also shows growth. All the seedlings, they grow, but the seedlings of pot A doesn't grow properly. Okay, but the seedlings of pot B show better growth, and the seedlings in pot C shows the maximum and the fastest growth. So this activity shows that manure and fertilizers help the plant to grow better and faster. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now students, what are the differences between manure and fertilizer? A manure is a natural substance obtained by decomposition of animal waste like cow dung, human waste and plant residues. Fertilizer is a salt or an organic compound. Then a manure is not very rich in essential plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. You can also say that manure is not nutrient specific. Whereas fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. NPK means nitrogen, N for nitrogen, P for phosphorus and K for potassium. The spelling of potassium, it begins with P, but the symbol of potassium is K. So that is why we write NPK. The symbol of nitrogen is N, the symbol of phosphorus is P, but the symbol of potassium is K. Now next point, a manure provides lot of organic matter and fertilizer does not provide any organic matter or humus to the soil. Next point, a manure is absorbed slowly by the plant because it is not soluble in water. Fertilizer, it is soluble in water, so it is readily absorbed by the plants. Last point, manure can be prepared in the fields and fertilizers are prepared in factories. I hope it is clear to everyone. So students, today we will discuss advantages also, and then next portion we will discuss in next class. Now what are the advantages or benefits of manure? Manure enhances water holding capacity of the soil, means it increases. Manure makes the soil porous, due to which the exchange of gases become easy. Manure increases the number of useful microbes in the soil, and manure improves the texture of the soil. So students, today we will do till here. In the next class we will start next portion, that is we will discuss about crop rotation and irrigation also. So whatever is discussed with you in today's class, please go through it, read on your own, try to understand. I have tried my best to clear your concepts. So you just revise it, read it, understand it, and if you have any doubt, you can clarify in the evening clarification session. Thank you, students.